We started out with just creating a basic pickup, and we do have to fix this, but like right now the overlap isn't currently working, but we'll get there. We're just started trying to learn C++. I've coded in other languages, but I've never coded in C++, especially in Unreal. So that's where we started, and then we started making also a player character, which is a Paper 2D or a Paper ZD character. And this included basically uh, creating this off of a template of the Paper ZD character and then starting to add functionality. So we added the enhanced input mapping from Unreal and used the U properties to make sure that it was available to edit in the engine as well. And then we are going to override but utilize the begin play um, existing functionality. And we also set up the headers or the function definitions for the enhanced input action system and the movement functionality, which will utilize that system. And then we also are going to bind the input component um, to the Unreal input component, which is the player input component. So in here, in the CPP file, we make sure that we possess player 0, which is the first player. We override the begin play, which replicates its functionality but allows us to change parts of it. Um, we set up the enhanced input action in the begin play, which is this function here, which is basically just getting the player, we're saying the player controller is of type player controller. We're going to cast against the get player controller of the world, which is in the 0 location of that array uh, of type U gameplay statistics. And we're just basically saying player controller, we're making a cast to this type to this thing. And we're saying this is going to be the player controller. So with that, if that's valid, we map the input system. And then that's basically literally mapping the input action system in the engine to this character. And then this is going to say, when you get an input action, get the value and then do a thing with that, add the movement. So this is going to add a forward movement, this is going to add the right movement, well, right or left. And basically this is saying when you get this value, we're going to set that value from as a 2D vector to this variable move axis, and we're going to get that as x or y, and in the value, depending on the x and y value we're getting there, we're going to move the character. So, and this just binds all that functionality. So I'm going to show you how that works in the game right now. So we have a simple little character thing, which is just like a ball that I stretched out, and we have a camera, and we can move up and down and left and right. And this is the little pickup here next to me, but the collision's not registering yet. So yeah, that's where we are at in learning C++ and starting with this mobile game development.